Hey guys, welcome to set 3 of our multiplication and division review. All of these problems practice skills related to multiplying and dividing fractions. Today we're going to review using multiplication to divide fractions. We're going to do something called multiplying by the reciprocal. Now, the reciprocal of a number is its inverse when you flip-flop it. The top becomes the bottom, and the bottom becomes the top. So the reciprocal of 1/4 is 4/1. In this problem, we're going to multiply by the reciprocal to solve 5 divided by 1/4. Here's how you do it. Your first number stays the same. 5 stays the same. We're going to multiply by the reciprocal of 1/4. And we have already said that the reciprocal of 1/4 is 4/1. We can put 5 on top of a denominator of 1, and that will make it easier for us to multiply times 4/1. 5 times 4 equals 20. 1 times 1 equals 1. And of course, 20/1 just has a value of 20. So using multiplication to solve this problem, we would choose A, 5 times 4 equals 20. Melinda's fudge recipe calls for 3/4 cup of butter for 1 batch of fudge. One thing I really want you guys to start doing is sketch a simple drawing to go with the problem, and the idea is just to kind of help you make a picture in your mind. It helps you make sense of the information you're getting in the problem. So here's Melinda. She is wearing an awesome chef hat. And Melinda needs 3/4 of a cup of butter to make 1 batch of fudge. But she plans to make 8 batches, not just 1 batch, but 8 of them. So for each of those 8 batches, she's going to need another 3/4 cup. And I can represent this in my picture by showing her 8 batches of fudge. 3/4 of a cup for 1 batch, then another, then another. Let's see. Duplicate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That should be 8. Okay, what does our question ask us to figure out? How many cups of butter does she need? So you can see when you look at all of these batches of fudge that she's making, that she's going to need 3/4 of a cup for each of her 8 batches. 3/4 times 8. To multiply that, we're going to put 8 on top of a denominator of 1. Then we just multiply straight across. 3 times 8 is 24, and 4 times 1 is 4. 24 divided by 4 equals 6. So she's going to need 6 cups of butter. Remember that the best way to learn from a math video is to take notes along with me. When I'm writing, you should be writing also. A farmer will divide a 1/2 acre plot of land into 3 equal-sized sections. So let's imagine that. Here's the farmer's garden, or his plot of land. And the rectangle that I drew represents 1 whole acre. His area of land that he has to work with is a 1/2 acre. If you're wondering how big an acre is, I was talking to one of my small groups about this today. I think it's a little bit less than a football field. You could probably Google it about how big is an acre of land. Okay, so here's his 1/2 acre of land that he has. Let's see, and he's going to divide it into 3 equal-sized sections. what will be the size of each section? So we're going to take our 1/2 acre and divide it into 3 pieces. 1/2 divided by 3, and I can solve this by multiplying by the reciprocal. Our first number is going to stay the same. 1/2 will stay the same. Our division sign switches to a multiplication sign. I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal. I need to figure out the reciprocal or the opposite of 3. So remember, the reciprocal is when the top becomes the bottom and the bottom becomes the top. So the reciprocal of 3/1 is 1/3. Now I can just multiply straight across. 1 times 1 is 1, and 2 times 3 is 6. Now this answer makes sense when I look at my model because I can see that one section of his land is indeed 1 out of 6 equal pieces in my area model. So I would choose choice D for that, 1/6 of an acre. Joe's mother had 1/3 of an apple pie left. Joe cut the remaining pie into 4 equal pieces and ate 1 piece. What fraction of the whole pie did that 1 piece equal? Okay, so let's draw a pie. Oh my gosh. Well, that's a pie. It looks like a pie. It's not the most beautiful thing I've ever seen, but there it is. And this tells us that Mom had 1/3 of the pie left. So she's got 1/3, and these other 2 pieces are gone. Not there. This is not there. This is not there. Joe cut the remaining pie into 4 equal pieces. So here's 1 slice, 2 slices, 3 slices, and 4 slices. He ate 1 slice. So this is what Joe ate. What fraction of the whole pie did that 1 piece equal? So we're going to take 1/3 and divide it into 4 equal pieces. We can solve this by multiplying by the reciprocal. Our first number is going to stay the same, 1/3. Don't have to change it. Our division sign is going to change to a multiplication symbol. Now we need to find the reciprocal of 4. The reciprocal is when the top becomes the bottom and the bottom becomes the top. So the reciprocal of 4/1 is 1/4. 1/3 times 1/4, you just multiply straight across. 1 times 1 is 1, and 3 times 4 is 12. So for this one, you would choose choice B, which is 1/12. And I can show this on my area model too, because if he had cut the whole pie, if he had cut each third into 4 equal pieces, and you counted up all those pieces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. I've got 12 pieces all together in my whole pie, and he just ate 1. So he just ate 1/12 of the whole thing. Althea volunteers in the school library for 2 1/4 hours on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, she volunteers for 1 3/4 hours. Althea thinks she volunteers more than 10 hours a week. How many hours does she volunteer? Okay, let's think about the information that we have here. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, she's there for 2 1/4 hours. So let's see. Let me make her a little calendar. Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. 2 1/4 on those 3 days a week. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, she's there for 1 3/4 hours. So all together, we need to figure out how much time she's spending volunteering at the library. We can take the time that she's there on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays and multiply that times 3. Then we'll know her total for at least those 3 days. Then we can take the time that she's there on Tuesdays and Thursdays let's see, so that will be 1 3/4 of an hour times 2. And when we add all that up, we'll have her total. Okay, let's go ahead and multiply 2 1/4 times 3. We need to convert 2 1/4 to an improper fraction. So I'm going to multiply and then add. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 more is 9/4. So 2 1/4 is equivalent to 9/4. And I'm going to multiply that times 3. To do that, I just need to multiply straight across my numerators and straight across my denominators. 9 times 3 is 27, and 4 times 1 is 4. Okay, now let's figure out this part of my equation, which is 1 3/4 times 2. So I need to multiply and then add to convert 1 3/4 to an improper fraction. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 3 more gives me 7/4. So 1 3/4 is equivalent to 7/4. I'm going to multiply that times 2. To do this, I'm just going to multiply straight across my numerators and straight across my denominators. 7 times 2 is 14, and 4 times 1 is 4. Then I just have to add 27/4 plus 14/4. What does that give us? That gives us 41/4. Now we need to convert 41/4 to a mixed number. To do that, we need to divide. 41 divided by 4. 4 goes into 4 one time. 1 times 4 is 4. 4 minus 4 is 0. Bring down the 1. Now here's where it gets tricky. 4 goes into 1 0 times. If I had 1 M&M and I wanted to share it with 4 friends, each friend would get less than 1 whole M&M. Okay, 0 times 4 is 0. 1 minus 0 is 1. So this is my remainder here. 1 is my remainder. And I'm going to use 4 as my denominator. So it's going to be 10 1/4. She works in the library 10 1/4 hours each week, which is choice D. Remember that to get full credit for this assignment, you must upload written work, so I want to see each step of this. There are 4 floors of classrooms in a school. One classroom takes 1/6 of each floor. How many classrooms are there in all on all of the 4 floors? Okay, I definitely have to draw a picture for this because I have to see it in my head. So let's pretend like we're at Have you guys ever read that book, The Wayside School, about the little kids who turn into apples? I think in that book the school was super duper tall. I can't remember anyway. So here's our 4-floor school. One classroom takes 1/6 of each floor. So that tells me that there's room, I think that tells me that there's room for 6 classrooms on each floor. How many classrooms are there in all on the 4 floors? We're going to take our 4 floors and divide it by 1/6. To solve that, we're going to multiply by the reciprocal. 4 stays the same. Division turns to multiplication. The reciprocal of 1/6 is 6/1. So we're going to multiply 4 times 6/1, which is this basically. And 4 times 6 is 24. Is that what you guys got too? 24.